and I'm going to interview you today. Can you start by telling me something about yourself?
Well, obviously I'm Milan, I'm 20 years old and I live in Kofodo.
Do you still live at home, or do you live in your
No, I live at my grandparents because my parents are divorced.
Okay, that's something you don't hear every day. Why did you choose to interview our organization?
I chose your internship because I saw the company on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And it was the context in which it was placed was like a trigger for me to solicit for the internship.
Okay. So, aside from the placement, can you describe to me what would be your ideal job? Where you, for instance, would see yourself in 10 years?
I would see myself in a big firm, approximately. Maybe start something for myself. But I would like to have a management position and like to manage people, and lead a big project with a lot of responsibilities within my job, and mostly work related with people. I'm good in working in a team because of like working at Albert and working within my football team. So I think that's something I really look forward to.
Okay, yeah, great answer. So, now you've described your ideal job, but obviously motivation is also a big part of a job.
Yeah.
What would motivate you in a job? Would it be pay or an intrinsic value? Can you give an example of it?
Of course, for me, pay is like a big factor because I want to live for myself, and then mostly is my motivation, how I work with people, like the people that motivate me, for instance. That's a big factor for me in the work. It needs to be performance related because I want to perform well and want to do my tasks well, and it just needs to feel good for myself. It's not like I can say to you this and that factor influences me the most, but the feeling needs to be there.
Okay, yeah. Of course, I understand that pay is, of course, nobody wants to work for free. And I like that you also tell me that it's also intrinsic values for yourself. Okay, I have a question of your CV.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It says that on your CV that, quickly, my most important skill would be wanting to be the best. This means doing anything to achieve the best possible result.
Yep.
Can you give me an example of when you had to do anything to achieve the best possible result, which results in you being the best?
Yeah, of course with school it is the most problem with working in projects is getting a deadline, getting the work done, set a grade for yourself. And once I worked within a group that I had one good member and two members that did nothing, and then me and this other member chose to do a lot more to gain the same grade for the project. And it evolved because we had like an 8.2 for the project, and that was a great relief for both of us.
Okay, it sounds like you're good goal-orientated. So, having said that, what would be a good strength and a weakness of yours? Because everybody has weaknesses.
Yeah, my weakness is that I will look too closely on a task or an object and don't relate to human matters anymore, because I focus on tasks specifically, and then I don't look at feelings from other people, and I can be straightforward, which could be difficult for people to comply with.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. Of course, because I already asked you why you interview with our organization, but what do you know of our organization?
I know that you're specialized in finance for programming programs for companies, that they can invest their time and invest their money wisely in your program, that it is innovative, it got an innovation prize for it, and that it works together with firms to make them more successfully and more knowledgeable about the financial sides of their company, because that's one of the most important sides of the whole financial aspect, of course.
Okay, I see that you altered your answer to the finance internship part of our company.
Yep.
So that shows me that you have done some investigation about on your part.
That's true.
So now that I know what you know about our organization, what do you feel, which special skill you can contribute to us?
I'm a team player, and according to your LinkedIn profile to search for people, they're standing looking for motivated people with a creative mindset that work in a team, and I think I can attribute to that and contribute to it, and I think I can offer something extra within the work environment to succeed within special prizes, like you had the innovation prize, and I want to contribute to that, and so we could gain it again, maybe as a company, and I want to be a part within the company.
So to summarize, you would say your ability to of teamwork and working in teams, and your goal-oriented attitude. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. So then I have another question for you. Well, I have several, but why are you interested particularly in the field of finance?
Well, for my, I'm doing it for my study, obviously, but I'm naturally occurred with finance. It becomes easy for me to understand things, and it is easier than math was always easy for me. Finance issues were always easy for me, and it was something that spoke to me, that I liked it, and it was very important for me.
Okay. From your CV, I understand that you are busy with your bachelor in business administration from the Hanze University. Why did you choose this major?
I chose to study this because of the international aspect at first. I had two friends who studied it before, so I searched it up on Google on hanze.nl, and it was quite specific to me, like what you can become. It was most management functions, the whole English spoke to me, and working in groups, working on a practical setting was very important for me.
Okay. I understand you live in the Groningen area?
Yeah, Hoogeveen.
Hoogeveen?
Yeah.
Is that also the reason why you chose for Hanze University?
Not certainly, but I searched for specific studies, and the only one that was in my field of area was like Groningen, and the other was in Amsterdam, so that's a big difference between the two, and Hanze was highly recommended, so therefore I chose for the Hanze.
Okay. And I can also assume, because you said that you want to live on your own, but first you said that you want to have like some kind of savings to be able to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, no, understandable. So you also said about that you're always good at math. How would you say your grades reflect your ability? Like your school grades?
Yeah. I ended my middle school with an 8.2 in mathematics B, which was the higher mathematics of our middle school. Secondly, at this study, I had an 8.5 on the mathematics test, the normal mathematics test, and that the financial sides are also like 7s till 8s. So I think that are good grades.
You say the financial sides. Can you name some financial subjects of yours?
Well, the only subject we had was financial accounting in the first period of the first year, and it was like 7.5, so it was okay. And now we're doing fundamentals in finance. and I haven't graded that yet.
Okay, but you am I correct to understand that you think you will get at least in the 7 area?
I hope so. I'm doing my best to get that grade.
Okay. So you told me that you have good grades in the financial area, which is also applicable to the vacancy.
Yep.
How do you think your skills and experience relate to the industry vacancy that you choose, besides from your financial grades?
Yeah, I can't really say something work related because I haven't done the work before, but working in projects and doing the financial sides of the projects within our study, it was a release to me, a relief to work on it, to see the financial statements, research the financial situation of a company, come with solutions. That spoke to me, and that's why I chose to do a financial side internship.
Okay. If I'm not mistaken, I heard early in the interview you say something about previous work experience in a supermarket.
Yeah.
Okay, so what supermarket have you worked before?
I've worked in the Albert Heijn. I work there now for over 5 years. So I have a lot of experience within working in a team, working full time sometimes.
How would you categorize your job position?
Well, I'm located under a shift, merchandiser, and but I do a lot more because I have the responsibilities of a team leader. But I don't want to do to undergo the tutorial to get a team leader certification, because it takes too much time and then I can't focus on studies anymore. And
Studies, of course, is also important.
Yeah.
So you say you worked there for 5 years.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
What did you learn from these experiences?
Well, working in general, because it's not something that you need to get familiar with. If you work like 40 hours a week, I've done it a couple of times, and it was unusual for myself because I mostly work like 10 hours each week, and working 40 hours a week was a change for me, a difference, that you became there every day, but it gets noticeable that you feel more related to the company itself. You become more structurized with the company, and you know more about the company itself, and you work towards that.
So you feel that you, because of your hard working attitude, you feel that you grow towards your company?
Yeah.
And grow with the company?
Yep.
Okay. So I have another question in a similar direction. Have you ever done volunteer work before?
No, I haven't done volunteer work.
May I ask why not?
I never had the opportunity myself, because we came a small village and there weren't any like volunteership movements, anything like that. I did not kindly did volunteer work, but I did some work related to football, giving free courses to children from schools, that kind of things, and it was not work related, so you can see that as
I would classify also that as volunteer work.
Well, I see like volunteer work as working freely for a company to reach certain levels, and so I didn't classify that as free work.
Okay. It also says that because you worked as a merchandiser at Albert Heijn, and you said you worked under a superior. How would that superior, if I were to ask him, what would he say about you? What do you think he would say about you?
I had multiple superiors in the past 5 years, and that was the one that I've worked like 2.5 years with. Yeah. And when I started, I think he would say that I'm curious to learn, motivated to do my job, and always finish on time because I'm a hard worker, and that I am someone that wants to get higher within the company because he has a motivation to become promoted.
Okay, that links me to another question, because you also said you have a motivation to become become a supervisor of someone else, or just to come higher up the chain of command, if you can say that.
Yeah.
So, do you prefer working under supervision or on your own?
It depends on the person that supervises you, because I've had multiple experiences and I've had people that are really nice and let you do your own job and also give you the opportunity to manage others, and then it's okay to work under supervision. But if you could work for yourself with a couple people below you, then that would certainly be a good alternative, of course.
Okay. So, of course, you wanted to apply to our finance and accounting internship, but do you have any other positions that you are considering? Maybe in different fields?
For my fourth year, I'm considering a marketing internship to finish my marketing minor, because I want to do finance and marketing, because I thought those two combined are a good mix. But for now, I'm only looking at financial internships, and this was the one that spoke to me the most.
Okay. Well, you have already said that you are a hard worker, but can you give an example of when you had to do, where you had to be a hard worker on multiple assignments at once? For maybe in your previous work experience or school related?
Well, work related, like at Albert Heijn, we have like multiple tasks you need to fulfill. Then I need to make the planning for the people, and then I also have to fill within those hours. So it's difficult to combine every task, help people, help the cashiers, help others. So multiple tasks come at once and you need to handle them, but when you've worked there before, it becomes natural to come with problem-solving solutions.
Okay, I like your answer. You also said, when I asked you about why you chose for Hanze, you also said there was an option in Amsterdam. So, how do you feel about having to travel for your work?
It's not a problem, because I now need to travel an hour to get to school. But if I wanted to go to Amsterdam, I had to live there, or either drive every day, but it's like 2.5 hours drive. So that's a little bit too much. But if you work for a company, you have to sacrifice and you need to adapt yourself to it. So I think if you could get a home space around that area and you can combine everything, that would be the ideal solution.
Okay, well, clear. You also said something about your group work, and that there were 3 people who did almost nothing and you did something. Can you tell me the most difficult person you had to communicate with and how it went?
Well, the most difficult one was Ivan, because he always talked Dutch within our group, and we had a multinational group. So I needed to say him like, oh, maybe you need to talk English, speak a little bit more English, and to give him freedom to do his own parts. And for me it was difficult, but because it was the first time that I worked in groups related on a task. So I had to manage that he would do his work and be motivated, and it was difficult for me at first, but I'm now handling it.
Okay, so I have one final question for you. Could you give a small summarization of key points of why we should hire you instead of the other candidate?
Well, first, I'm of course hardworking, dedicated to my work. I like to be in a group work. I like a joke, of course. Besides that, I don't sit around and do nothing. I don't like that, so I'm an active person. And I'm performance related, you could say.
Okay, well,
that are the key points that I can offer you, of course.
I'm happy with this interview, and we'll let you know.
Oh, thank you. Oh, kijk,
20 minuutjes toch?
ja, 19,5.
Mooi.
Moeten we hem ook op stop zetten en dan nieuw doen?
We kunnen hem ook door laten
Laten we
gaan,
gewoon
gewoon
in één keer
uitknippen.
lopen en dan...
We kunnen dat gewoon wat uitknippen straks.
Ik denk dat je het beste gewoon, daar heb je 2 bestanden en dan kun je ze allebei gewoon kutten, zeg maar.
Ja, maar ik weet ook niet hoeveel bestanden je kunt maken op dat ding. Of, Als we nu op pauze zetten, slaat u dan op of zo? Of wat gebeurt er?
Zullen we eens proberen?
Ja, doe maar.
Wat is pauze?
Ik weet niet, ik ben gewoon
Die zwarte knop weer.
Dat was een play.